well, they can't destroy my creature here. They will have a big problem. And now we can cast Nowhere to Run here, and another Nowhere to Run here. And that's the end of the game. One more game, one more victory. Hello you and welcome to another MTG Arena gameplay here on MTG Barbieri. I'm Bruno Barbieri, and today I bring to you a mono black skeletons with little shenanigans on it. But before I explain that to you, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, hit the bell button to be notified every time I post a new content here, and also follow me on Instagram, because there you will find a totally different type of content also related to the Magic the Gathering game. So this is basically a skeleton deck, and you can find this deck and copy it on my EtherHub. The link is in the description. Just go there, copy the deck, and import directly to your MTG Arena. And as I was telling you, this is a skeleton deck, and for that reason we have Forsaken Miner, that's a skeleton. We have Tiny Bones, it's another skeleton. We have the case of the Stashed Skeleton that creates a black skeleton creature token. We have the Reassembling Skeleton, that's also a skeleton, and Corpse of the Lost that creates a skeleton and also gives +1/+0 and haste to all your other skeletons. And basically you create a lot of skeletons to attack your opponent in the beginning of the game. And also we have some shenanigans here that are Sephiroth and Zodiark Umbral God. What's the advantage of these two cards here in this kind of deck? Skeletons usually have some way to get back to the game. For example, Reassembling Skeleton, you may pay black mana and 1 mana of any color to return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Also we have Forsaken Miner that you can pay black mana every time you commit a crime to return this Forsaken Miner to the game. So you can use Sephiroth to sacrifice Reassembly Skeleton, for example, or Forsaken Miner, and then you can pay a cost when the appropriate time comes to get back the creature to the game. And also we have here the case of the Stashed Skeleton sometimes creates, always creates a 2/1 black skeleton creature token that is suspect. When you kill your creature, or this creature is killed by your opponents, at the end of the next turn you may pay black mana and a mana of any color to solve the case, and then you can search for any card from your deck to put in your hand, and then you use it as needed. So basically you can use Corrupted Conviction to sacrifice the skeleton here, and then you in the next turn will be able to pay the cost that I told you, and get the card that you need. You may also use the Sephiroth to kill the creature, or you may use the Zodiark Umbral God. That's an amazing card that you can use against your opponent, and also will affect you, because when it enters in the game, every player will have to sacrifice half rounded down creatures that are on the battlefield, and for each creature that is sacrificed this way, this creature here, the Zodiark, will receive a +1/+1 counter every time sacrifice happens. But it considers only the creatures that will be sacrificed, only the creatures that are non-gods. So basically the entire deck will be a non-god, and your opponents probably will not have a lot of gods as well. And basically you can use it Corrupted Conviction to sacrifice a creature here that comes back later, such as Reassembling Skeleton or Forsaken Miner. And also you can sacrifice the skeleton here created by the case of the Stashed Skeleton, just to be allowed to in the next turn you pay the black mana and mana of any color to receive to be able to get the card that you need from your deck. Also we have a Bitter Triumph that allows you to discard a card or pay 3 life as an additional cost when you want to destroy a target creature or planeswalker. And it also has a great synergy with Corpse of the Lost, because if you discard a permanent such as a Forsaken Miner that you can get later, or Reassembling Skeleton, and Corpse of the Lost is already in your battlefield, you can return it back to your hand and then cast in the next turn. So it has great synergy between these two cards here. And we have Death Baron, that the skeletons you control and other zombies you control get +1/+1 and have Death Touch. It's amazing. Also, when we play Corpse of the Lost and Death Baron with our Forsaken Miner, Tiny Bones, or Reassembling Skeleton, they get stronger and with Death Touch. But Tiny Bones already Death Touch, but it's an amazing card in this strategy. So basically, this is the deck. It's time to get some creatures back to our hands and sacrifice a lot of them, and see you in the gameplay. Okay, 3 lands and 2 Forsaken Miner, a spot removal, and a Zodiark, but a Zodiark in the first hand is not so useful, but we can keep it anyway. I believe that this hand is fair. Okay, let's begin with a Forsaken Miner. Hello to you. Okay, another Forsaken Miner. And let's attack. We can use a Nowhere to Run if they cast something. Okay, they are getting the Forsaken Miner. Great. Okay, Corpse of the Lost. We can keep the pressure on. Let's attack. Period Snare. Okay. Death Barrel. Great. 6 damage. Yeah, that's it. First game, first victory. Let's go to another one. Okay, we have 2 Tiny Bones, a Case of the Stashed Skeleton, Nowhere to Run. Yeah, it's a fair hand. Now let's play a Case of the Stashed Skeleton, but we need at least 1 more mana just to be able to cast Corpse of the Lost when we get the card. Okay, 1/1. This is not good. This creature enters with X +1/+1 counter on it. When this creature dies, okay, I will do what? This creature will not be stronger, I believe. So we can keep casting. We can keep attacking. No problem, we have another Tiny Bones here. And we have Nowhere to Run. To kill some creature if necessary. Okay, 2/2. It has landfall? No. This creature enters with 2 +1/+1 counter on it whenever 1 or more +1/+1 counters are put on another permanent you control. At the first time, +1/+1 counter have been put on that permanent this turn. Put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Okay. Let's force him to block. And let's attack. Let's force him to block. Okay, get lost. And I can get back my Corpse of the Lost. No problem. Maybe they have a global removal. Okay, another Botanic Brawler. 3/3, 3/3. Fine. If I have another land, if I draw another land, I can use Nowhere to Run here in this creature. Okay, let's try again. Here, and they have just one creature. Yeah, and they are dead. One more game, one more victory. Okay, a Forsaken Miner, a Case of the Stashed Skeleton, and a Death Barrel in the third turn. But we need another land. Yeah, we need another land. Okay, Forsaken Miner for the start. Then we go with a Case of this. Oh, come on, man. Come on. Let's attack with all. And let's play another Case of the Stashed Skeleton. Choose 4/6 damage. And we can use the Corpse of the Lost. Yeah, I think that's the play here. We just have to keep casting creatures to increase the pressure. Okay, probably they will have a global removal. Benza. Okay, it will not be a big problem because we can cast Death Barrel that will give Death Touch to all of our creatures. So they have to sacrifice Baza, maybe, the champ block or something like that. Yeah, you have to block with both. Yes. Great. Doesn't matter here, and also doesn't matter here. They are down to 5 life. And unless they have a global removal, I think that's gonna be hard for them. Yeah, that's it. One more game, one more victory. Okay, second turn, second turn, second turn. But we needed at least one more land, just to be sure that we can cast Death Baron. Okay, Reassembling Skeleton. Then we go with what? Case of the Stashed Skeleton. Oh, great. Let's attack with our Reassembling Skeleton. Maybe they are going to kill my Death Baron? Yeah, they did. And now we have what? Another case of the Stashed Skeleton and another Reassembling Skeleton. Let's attack with both. Great. And now if they cast some blocker, which is the case, we can attack with all when use Corrupted Conviction in the creature that they use to block. Okay, let's attack. Probably it's going to be one of the Reassembling skeletons. Oh, they didn't. Great. No problem. Let's cast another case of the stashed skeleton. And we have 2 mana open in case we need to use Corrupted Conviction. If they use some creature to block or try to kill or something like that. Okay. Let's attack with all. Okay, okay. And 4 more damage for you. Let's sacrifice here this creature. Draw 2 cards. Great. And let's sacrifice this creature here and draw 2 more cards. Next. Great. Now we can do what? Let's get Sephiroth Fable Soldier and let's sacrifice one of our creatures. Okay. So, Primal Odin destroyed my creature here. Okay. Now let's cast Zodiark Umbral God. Let's destroy half of the creatures and let's attack with our creature here so we can get another, no problem, so we can get a specific card with the case of the stashed skeleton. Espera um pouquinho. Well, they can't destroy my creature here. They will have a big problem. And now we can cast Nowhere to Run here. And another Nowhere to Run here. And that's the end of the game. One more game, one more victory. Yeah, we have 4 lands, but at least we have a Reassembling skeleton. The problem is that when the first hand has a lot of lands, the next draws that I have always have a big chance to be also a land. Let's see if it's true or not. No, it's not. Great. Okay, let's play a Reassembling skeleton. We have 2 spot removals here in case they cast some creature. Let's see. Okay, let's play Death Barrel. Probably they are going to kill it. Yeah, they are going to kill it or not. Yeah, they are going to kill it, of course. Great. Now we need something to give a little more pressure. Like, let's say, Corpse of the Lost. Okay, let's play Nowhere to Run. We cannot exile it, but at least they are not getting life this time. Let's try to explore. Zodiark. How many mana do we have? Yeah, we have 6 mana. Yeah, it will be great. Let's increase a little more and let's attack. Destroy target creature doesn't affect Zodiark. So it's okay. Okay, we have a Zodiark here. When Zodiark enters, each player sacrifice half of non-god creatures. It's better to pay 3 life and just have a free way to attack. Another one. See? Let's attack. If we lost this reassembling skeleton, it will not be a problem, because we can recover it later. The Zodiark will become a 6/6. Great. Oh, sheltered by ghosts. I forgot that. It will be a huge problem unless we find some removal spell. We need to find some spot removal. We didn't. Case of the stashed skeleton, okay. Let's keep attacking, we don't have anything else to do. Let's drop the swamp here, and if we don't find a spot removal, we are going to be in deep trouble. Okay, well, at least we need to find another Zodiark. Corrupted Conviction. Let's sacrifice here. Okay, it will not help. Let's sacrifice here. It will not help either. At least we have tiny bones, a corpse of the lost, and a reassembling skeleton back to the game, but I don't think that is gonna help. Okay, let's take action. They can't attack with Aerith unless they have another sheltered by ghosts, which is not the case. Let's activate here. Let's get what? Another Zodiark. And we can attack with all. No, let's just cast Zodiark. And let's sacrifice the reassembling skeleton that can always come back. And it's now a 7/7. And we have now a Death Touch creature and a Zodiark to protect us if we need it. Oh, it's too late, your authority of the consoles. But you still have some way to prevent our haste attacks. Okay. We are not attacking yet. Great. Okay, we have Corrupted Conviction. We can attack 7, 10, 13, 15, 17, exactly 17 damage. But they can keep attacking with the other. So let's find some answer. Oh, come on, man. Let's cast here. Okay, we still can't attack. Let's take action and get it back and try to create another skeleton. We can't attack yet. We need to find a spot removal. We really need to find it as soon as possible. Okay, they didn't attack. Oh man, another land. Okay, get lost, no problem. Let's try to find some spot removal. We didn't find. Okay, probably it's going to be another land. No, it's not another land. It's this case of the stashed skeleton. It can help, but it will take too long. It will take too long. If it gets 2+1/+1 counter here, we have a problem. Okay, the game is lost. There is nothing else we can do. That's it. Good game, we can't always win. And that's the deck, folks. Got any questions about the build or how it plays? Drop a comment, I will be glad to help you. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel, ring the bell, and follow me on Instagram for extra content. Catch you in the next one.